Hi, everyone. Dr. Westman here. Great to be with you. Thanks for joining me and joining us tonight. I have a great success story to share with you tonight. And again, we're here tonight and then tomorrow night talking about the Keto Made Simple Masterclass, how you can sign up, and we will help you with the knowledge that we've gained to help you get started or restarted on a simple way to do a low carb / keto diet. And as people join, I just want to also say, Happy New Year. And we want to help you if you have a New Year's resolution to make happen and keep going for the year. We'll help you get started. So I have a success story, and then I'm going to outline what we call the success path. And so it's actually the milestones along the way that we have outlined for you and give you forms. You'll see I'll explain the success path so that you have a structure to follow also as you're in the course, if you want to take advantage of that. And a lot of people want to do that, and I'll explain the success path after the success story tonight. Again, I've been, it's hard to believe, I've been studying this now for over 20 years, the Keto Made Simple approach. And I haven't changed my approach because I learned it from other people. And our contribution to the medical literature is that we did research studies and published them in the medical literature. So what I learned is really fairly simple and easy compared to what's now known as internet keto today. In fact, internet keto was a term that came from the masterclass as people were talking about what they had learned on the internet. So I borrowed that term and have to thank the KMS group for coming up with that. And it's a sticky way to talk about things for people. We don't endorse all of those things that you'll see on the internet. So tonight I have Deborah to tell her story. I'm going to first just show the that picture again. It's kind of hard to, Deborah, it's hard to imagine that here's the picture. And I think you'll tell us you're in the red dress on the left here, and then a picture from recently here on the right. I wouldn't really have recognized you from before, I'm afraid. So let's see. Let me bring back the double. Let's see. There's the double screen.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being with us. For those here live or watching on the replay, welcome everyone. And this is Deborah. And tell us how, start, I guess, from the beginning.
Well, like most of you, I've had a lifelong weight problem, and I've gone up and down many, many times. Starting in 7th grade, my mom took me to a diet doctor. High school, she had me in Tops Club. And my junior year of high school, I was the Tops Club princess because I actually reached my goal back then. But I would go up and down over the years many times and tried Weight Watchers, the Stillman water diet. Oh gosh, you name it. I tried it over the years. And I would have success for a while, and then I wouldn't. And it would just come and go, up and down, up and down. And so never really found the magic solution to keeping it off. And so I would say the last 10 years or so, it's just been really a steady increase. The picture of me in the red was actually taken a year ago. And we had a delayed Christmas because of COVID. And when that picture was posted on Facebook by my daughter-in-law, I was shocked that I'd gotten that large. I was in denial. I didn't realize I was that large. And in the meantime, another sister, my sister-in-law, she was doing ALA and was talking about it. She'd gone on a keto cruise and stuff and was very positive and kept talking about you and your program. And So when I saw that picture, I thought, oh, I wanted to do it, but I had toyed with keto earlier, like in 2018. I had a brother and sister-in-law that had lost a lot of weight on keto. So we tried it, and I lost 15 pounds, and it was good. But I now realize that wasn't a keto, because I was doing fat bombs. I was doing a lot of baking with almond flour, coconut flour, all the gimmicky things. Because it was like keto, so therefore, obviously, we could eat it.
Bulletproof coffee, you mentioned bulletproof coffee as well.
Oh, the bulletproof coffee was my husband talked about that all the time,
But that didn't come from evidence-based weight loss diabetes treatment. Yeah, it was a total separate creation that had nothing to do with weight loss.
I have to admit, I didn't stick with the bulletproof coffee because it didn't make sense to me to be putting fat in my coffee and drinking it. My husband did it for quite a while, but I thought that just doesn't really make sense to me. So after the initial 15 pounds, I just sort of stayed the same for like a year. And then one day I thought, this isn't working. So I joined Weight Watchers for the umpteenth time and went back to that. And then I gained back the 15 pounds that I lost. And then by the time the red outfit picture was taken, I gained an additional 10 onto that 15. So when my sister-in-law was telling me about going to keto, on the Ayla, excuse me, I thought, well, I've kind of already tried keto.
Yeah. Let me interject that ALA stands for Adapt Your Life Academy. For those who aren't familiar with the acronyms, it's basically the class talking about. The Academy has several classes, and the one we're open now for enrollment is called the Keto Made Simple Masterclass, or KMS is the acronym we use within the ALA group for the Adapt Your Life Academy groups. Yeah, so, okay. Carry on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that can be confusing. I realize that. So my sister-in-law did it. Esther Jacobson is her name. She did the first class you had, and she was so enthusiastic and so excited about it that I thought, you know what? It's a 3-week course. I can do anything for 3 weeks. I know myself well enough to know if I just commit myself to that, I could give it 3 weeks, and let's see what happens. So it was a matter of days after that picture in the red was taken that you started Keto Masterclass Made Simple #2. And so I signed up. And the very first week I lost 9 pounds, which was astonishing because I've never done that in my entire life, no matter what program I was ever on. My husband was shocked because he was kind of doing it with me and I lost more than him. And he goes, that's never happened before. And I said, no. And so I was hooked. I was just like hooked. And I just kept on going, and the weight kept coming off. And obviously at certain points it would plateau out, but it was so simple and it was so easy. And, I wasn't doing any of the gimmicky stuff at all. I only followed your program. I signed up for ALA afterwards because it was a support program. And it's just been a tremendous experience. And the thing about it is it's so simple. You can do it anywhere. Because we live by St. Louis, and they're famous for their Italian restaurants. And if nothing else, you can get a great Caesar salad with, that'll get you through if nothing else is available. But there's usually always options. And I find also if you ask waiters and stuff, they're very willing to work with you. And recently we were at Christmas at my daughter's house. And as soon as I got there, I just made certain dishes for us that I knew we could eat. And I had them available. And my granddaughter loves some of the things I make. She thinks they're great. And so it's just worked out really well. And I know a lot of times if you have stress in your life, you fall off the wagon and, you say, well, I had stress. And so my father had been on dialysis for 3 years and he's decided to stop this past summer and he went on hospice and I flew home to take care of him. So that was over 2 weeks and he passed away and then cleaning out his apartment and all. Obviously, that was very stressful. And I did keto the entire time because, we couldn't go anywhere. We were just with him. And I just had food available that I could eat. And I got through the whole thing without, and I actually think it really helped my stress, to be honest with you, because I was eating what I needed to eat. And it just kind of kept me, and it was something I could be in control of as well. So I felt really, really good about it. And, so that was really good. And then let me see. We were home from my dad passing just a few weeks and my husband had a heart attack. And yeah, and so, some of our friends thought it was because of the way we were eating. And there's a misconception where so many people do think keto is eating excessive fat, which we don't eat excessive fat. We, like I said, we cut out the bulletproof coffee and stuff like that. But we eat a lot of protein and vegetables, and we eat healthy. It's not like we're not eating healthy. And then a really important part of the program that we've embraced, and it's also shocking, is we don't eat 3 meals a day anymore. We eat when we're hungry. And if we wake up in the morning, sometimes we'll have a couple pieces of bacon, or sometimes we'll have, nothing until maybe 1 o'clock. And then we'll eat a bigger lunch. And then sometimes if we go out and eat a big lunch, we don't eat dinner. It's weird because we're never hangry, as they say. And we can go a long time without being hungry, which is just shocking. And so that part has been a really awakening to us, is how you really don't need a ton of food to get by.
Yeah, that is amazing. In fact, it makes me think that we're being better stewards of the earth, of what's available, because we're not eating as much as the typical person or as we used to before.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I wonder if you could think of a time, and we talked about this just briefly, when you went to Disney World. Compare the last time you went and then this time you went.
Okay, so yeah, we went to Disney World with the grandkids in November. And so I just wanted to say, when I first joined in February, I weighed 225 pounds. And as of today, I've lost 47 pounds. And so we went to Disney World, and the very first evening, my daughter-in-law said, her Fitbit, we walked 9.5 miles today. And I was like, really? Because I didn't feel it, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel exhausted or anything. And
did you go on any rides?
I went on many, many rides. Yes.
I know several of them. I've been there a few times with my kids.
No, we did. We went on the rides, and we just embraced, we embraced life. I didn't feel old. I'm 66. But I just felt a zest.
What ride did you go on with your grandkids? Did you go on one?
Oh, I went on a lot of them. Well, one of our favorites was like one of the Star Wars rides. My grandson loved that. And I did Space Mountain. I did. And I just went on different rides, and it was just really a very enjoyable time that I'll always have memories of. And I did one day, we were at MGM Studios all day, and it was the Star Wars stuff. And we got back to where we were staying, and some were tired, but others wanted to go back to Magic Kingdom to see the fireworks that night and things. And I wasn't going to miss it. That was my philosophy the whole week, was I'm not missing anything. I did, yes. Yeah. And one night we were really tired, but we went to Disney Springs, a few of us, and I just didn't want to miss out on anything. So
that's great.
It was great. It was great. And I'll always be grateful that I had that opportunity to do that.
When was the last time you went to Disney World? This wasn't the first time, right?
We went, let me think. We went about 9 years ago, I think. And I was definitely more tired back then. And it was definitely harder to keep the momentum going and things like that. And I didn't feel as well. And so, yeah, there was definitely an improvement this time in just how I felt and my mental outlook. I feel younger than I am. I do. I just feel mentally younger, physically younger, and it's just a great feeling.
That's fantastic. I wondered, do you remember, did you go on any rides the last time you were at Disney World?
I did, but I didn't go on Space Mountain. I didn't last time. So, I did go on some of that kind of thing.
For those of you who've never had the experience to go to Disney World, this is at the Magic Kingdom, and Space Mountain is one of the classic roller coasters that's indoors.
Yes.
And it's always one of those things, we always kind of run there first, so there's no line,
Right.
And that was
our first ride of the day that day as well.
This seems weird, but that's huge to have years ago when you were younger to not feel well enough to go on this. And, it's not an extreme roller coaster, but it is still a roller coaster. You have to stand in line and all that, and the seats are smaller and all. But that's just great. And how many were in your group that you traveled
11.
with?
11.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And you kept up with 11.
We did. Yes, we did. Everyone had a really wonderful week, I think. Yeah. So it's a good memory.
What would you say? I'm going to switch gears to talk about the success path that we lead people through in the course. And then I'd like to bring you back on if you have a few minutes.
Yeah, I do.
So I'll be right back. Let me change my computer here to share my screen. Just give me a moment here. And then, so this is it's interesting because I've helped people for many, many years, and I never really dissected out the process because it's different for different people. But here's a way to think about the change that happens when you're in the Keto Made Simple Masterclass. And we call this the success path because we want you to go from where you are today through these stages of transformation to where you'll be. And you just heard that you can go from not being able to ride on Space Mountain at Disney World to riding on Space Mountain with your grandkids and doing all sorts of things, and then outlasting most of them to watch the fireworks, that's why we do this job, just to see how people can transform and enjoy life again. It's fantastic. So the success path is broken down into these stages, and you start on the far left here. First, what we're going to do is help you assess where you are, and then start the learning process. You start implementing it in these first 3 weeks. Then you're going to notice transformation that happens in the way you feel. It's not just weight loss, it's also the appetite change, the feeling of energy. And then refining as you go is past the first 3 weeks, but we'll get you started on this success path. And we have these milestones for each stage. So at first, the assessment part, you will have, coming through the class, you'll have identified at least 3 reasons why you're starting this lifestyle change. We will give you a way to have a detailed body assessment to log a beginning for you, a baseline. And then you'll be clear on all the health markers that you need to follow if you want. And then you've taken note of medications and doses you're taking. And these are the forms that we use to help you write these things down. Now, you don't have to do any of this, but we found that a lot of people want to be documenting and following these kinds of results because things will change. And if you want to monitor it along the way, we'll help you do that. So in this first 3 weeks, we will help you into this learning stage. You'll have your first realistic 3-month weight loss goal, if most people are doing this for weight loss. You'll have set your first 3 health-related visions. You'll have learned the basics of nutrition, how to read labels and how carbs and sugar affects your body. That's within the masterclass itself. And then you'll have a deepening understanding of the macronutrients, the proteins, the carbs and fats, and your limitation of each. In the first 3 weeks, you actually dive into the implementation phase. So you're sticking to the food list, you're planning ahead if you want, and you've created structure in your meal plan and prepping. Your new mindset and habits are being developed through consistency, the repetition, and will help you during the Facebook first 3 weeks of the class. And you'll have identified at least 2 people who will support you on your journey. So you're going to be connected to us, but we're also going to help you to connect to other people as you're getting started. The transformation starts immediately, and then we'll continue on, as you heard, throughout the year or the rest of your life. I've been doing this 20 years now. Your hunger is greatly reduced or even eliminated. Inflammation has lessened, joint go away. You're feeling confident, and you've begun to engage more with our membership group and with other people, your family, going on trips, as you heard. What great changes can occur. And then you're feeling the effects of the new lifestyle, like less weight, meaning fat loss, less bloating, improved sleep, increased energy, improved blood sugar and blood pressure, and you may even have reduced or stopped some of your medications. And then the refinement over time, and I have to say I'm still refining and learning, and I didn't know what a chaffle was until 2 years ago, and had a chaffle today for lunch. So I'm refining and learning. I learned how to make cauli rice with fresh cauliflower, for example. And so at this stage, you'll set a 6-month vision and goal. You'll dramatically improve your knowledge of nutrition, how it affects your body. Your food is on autopilot, and staying low carb is second nature now. And you're no longer focusing on counting macros or worrying about small details that are less important. So this is the ADAPT success path to take you from where you are now to where you want to be in these measurable steps along the way, and we will help you do that if you let us. And just showing it going from the beginning flag on the bottom to the top flag at the top. It's a pretty amazing process that is really not difficult once you learn how to do it a simple way. Why take the Keto Made Simple class if you're still on the fence? This is tried and tested, even if other diets have failed in the past. Even if the internet keto is not working anymore for you, we don't want you to have almond flour if having almond flour doesn't work for you. We'll explain all that. It's simple yet extremely effective. And I've coined this as a prescription strength type of diet program, and prescription strength keto. We will lead you down your own success path, as I mentioned, and give you a support system to get you started in the right way. The course itself is in video format with slides like this and transcripts if you would rather read and not listen or do both. And it includes a 3-week private support group to get you started or restarted with live question and answer sessions by myself and by our nutritionist, Amy Berger. Enrollment is open now and only for 5 days. So two more days, one more day, so that we give you 100% of our effort. So enroll now because time is running out, and we want to help our cohort, our student group 100% with our staff of administrators so that we don't get distracted. We want to help you. That's why we only open it for a certain period of time and help this group for the following 3 weeks. How to sign up for the masterclass, you go to adaptyourlifeacademy.com, click on Keto Course, or learn more on the top tab at the top of the page. Click on the button Enroll Now. It's that simple. You get access to the materials right away, and we'll meet you in the Facebook group, I think the following week. So you get a week to look over the materials, get started with the videos, and then we get together in the group to help you along your success path. So give me just a moment to stop the screen sharing here. I'd like to get Deborah back. And here we go. Well, thanks again. Did I kind of outline a path that you took, would you say?
Yes. The one thing I did want to just add is that you guys are so supportive, and you really do feel cared for. If you have any questions along the way, they're answered, and you have a really good group. Amy Berger's great, Lisa's great, and Kyle. Everybody's just so supportive and great. Jenny's great. And you begin, after a while, it's like you guys are our friends. And it's very caring, supportive group. And then when I went on to the Facebook support group, they've been wonderful too. And you make friends. And it's a wonderful thing because we're all doing this together and supporting one another. And it's very helpful. It's been very, very helpful.
I should clarify that you don't have to be on Facebook to do this. And you can just use Facebook for this purpose without
Right.
distraction. Amy Berger chimed in on the side here. She's one of our admins. Why take the masterclass? To tune out the noise, confusion, and overcomplication, and learn to start this way sanely and simply to get the results you want. Well said, Amy.
Yes.
Again, thank you so much for your story. I'm not going to take questions tonight, although there are some being asked and questions or answers coming in. Thank you to the admins for doing that. But I will be back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m., with another success story and success story, but mostly question and answers. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be doing the question and answer, give more time then. So thank you. And I can't wait to get back to Disney World, actually. It's one of my kids' most favorite places to go. And one of my, not only do I play piano, for those of you who have been in the membership, you know that my hobby, but I also like to ride roller coasters. And that was totally something I learned from one of my daughters, who's a speed demon, what a fun thing to do that is with family. And thanks again. It's my pleasure to share. I feel like I'm just passing along a baton of information, and we really want to just help as many people as we can, and to get you started in a way that's going to be working.
And I just want to enumerate the fact that it is simple, you guys. It's really simple. That's the part that's just, I want to really, really emphasize that. It's simple. Anybody can do it.
Fantastic. Thanks again. And talk to you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.